Hello, my loves. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome into this reading for the full moon in Pisces. So for those of you who are new, hello and welcome in. It's good to have you here. There is a tutorial video for how to get the most out of my readings. If you want to go check that out, you'll get caught up with all of the fun things that we're going to be doing here and all of the best ways to utilize these readings. It's not necessary, but it's a tool for you to get the most out of these readings. If you want to check that out, you certainly are invited to do that. For those who are not new, hello, welcome back. Thank you for being here. I truly love and appreciate all of you. It's a pleasure and an honor to support you in this way, and I appreciate you, and I'm grateful to be able to help. So let's talk about this full moon in Pisces. So first, what is a full moon? Well, this is when the moon is reflecting the sun to its maximum potential. And this is always the energy of celebration. It's a culmination point. It's an illumination of this sign, this energy, this cycle that we're in. So right now, the celebration energy is all around the zodiac energy of Pisces. So Pisces is the sign of the fish. It's the last sign of the zodiac. It is a water sign, and you can think of it like the ocean through which the entire story goes back into, like everything goes back into the ocean to become one again. And you can also think of it as the womb from which a new life kind of gestates and emerges from. In the zodiac story, the Pisces energy is the end of something and also at the same time the beginning of something. That's why you see the two fish. It's like the fish that's the end and the fish that's also the beginning. So this is what we're celebrating with the fullness of this moon. Now, the fun thing about this full moon energy is the full moon is always in the zodiac sign that's directly opposite where the new moon was and where the sun is. So the new moon was just in Virgo, and the sun right now is still in Virgo. So if you haven't watched my Virgo readings, there's an invitation to go do that. There's the solar season readings and also the readings for the new moon. So Pisces is like the complement and the opposite of this Virgo energy. So we're going from this energy of innocence into this energy of completion. And the other fun thing about full moons is that it is a cycle. So the full moon will happen on September 10th at 5:59 in the morning Eastern Time. And the cycle will last until the next full moon, which will be in Aries on October 9th. So the cycle goes from September 10th to 9th. So this advice that I'm going to be offering you is valid from that time frame. But the other fun thing is that full moons always reference back to the new moon. So when the moon was new in Pisces at the beginning of this year, there was something started there that we are now kind of celebrating the fullness, the completion of. And you can look back in your life to see what was going on in, I think it was March, when the new moon in Pisces happened. And you can kind of see what it is that's going to be completing for you. But we are going to be diving deep into how this moon shows up for you in your life. I'm so passionate about letting you know more about your own astrology and using the astrology with the tarot cards to help you get a better understanding of the cycles going on in your life and the energies at play within your being. So before we get into that, just a couple of things. If you want to support me, there's many ways to do that. I have a chakra meditation service that you guys can join for $14.40 a month. We go through one chakra every week and we focus on that same meditation every week. The meditations are about 15 minutes long, does vary. And you can sign up at devotedandvulnerable.com/services if you want to get into this service. That's one way you can support yourself while supporting me. You can also contribute financially to me at paypal.me/devotedvulnerable. The link is in the description here. And you can also just comment on this, share this, like this, engage with it as a way of supporting me. I like to get feedback. I like to hear what's confusing to you guys, what's working for you guys, what's resonating. I love hearing what's resonating for you guys. So just feel free to comment on the videos as another way of supporting me. So this is the intro. It's the same in every video. So I'll tell you which readings will be yours, and then you can navigate to the right video. So this full moon in Pisces wanted us to focus on two areas of our lives. The first area of our life that the full moon wants us to focus on is where the moon was when you were born. So this symbol is the moon symbol, and you're going to look up your chart for where this symbol occurs in the zodiac story. If you do not know how to find your moon sign, please go ahead and watch my How to Find Your Birth Information on astro.com tutorial video. It's a lengthy video, but it'll help you understand how to input your information, how to run a chart, and then how to read that chart. You'll only ever need to watch it once, hopefully, to get the knowledge that you need to watch these readings. And as always, if you have questions after you watch that video, please just reach out to me. I'm happy to help and explain further. So you're going to look for where the moon was when you were born, and you're going to watch the reading that aligns for the moon in the sign that the moon was in when you were born. The other reading, so you'll have two readings. The other reading that the Pisces moon wanted us to focus on is where this full moon is happening for you. So this full moon in Pisces is happening in 17 degrees 41 minutes of Pisces. So you'll have to find where that 17 degrees mark of Pisces shows up in your chart. I do describe how to find out the degree points in the zodiac wheel in that video. So feel free to watch that video. And again, if you have questions, please feel free just to reach out. I will go in detail about what these alignments mean in the individual readings. Lastly, before we dive deep in here, I do want you to know, heads up, the Mercury retrograde season is upon us, and it coincides very close with this full moon. Mercury goes retrograde the day before the full moon happens, and it'll stay retrograde until a week before the next full moon. So this is an important cycle as well. I've done a completely separate video for you to give you a little bit of guidance for how to navigate this phase. This is not going to be a reading. It's just going to be a little bit of understanding and guidance for you. So I do also recommend checking out that information to support yourself. And with all of that said, we are ready to dive into your individual readings. So this reading is for you if the moon was in Libra when you were born, and or if 17 degrees 41 minutes of Pisces occurs in your 7th house. We're going to draw a card from the Modern Mystic Tarot by Crystal Doty. This advice is going to be valid for both of you, and then we'll get into the interpretation. Let's see what card is here for you. Okay. You got the 3 of Earth. This energy is about teamwork, collaboration, network, and cooperation. So what is completing and ending for you is some sort of collaboration, some sort of cooperative venture, some sort of teamwork energy. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to continue to work with these people. That doesn't mean that you're not going to continue to be cooperative and work with people in general. It just means there's something in your life that you've been working on with a group of people that's coming to an end. And we're going to celebrate the completion of this. We're going to celebrate the lessons we've learned from the people that we've worked with, from the networking, from the connections that we've made, and we are going to move forward with our lives after we celebrate everything that we've learned from this vibration. Okay, I'm going to jump right into the moon interpretation here. So if you're here for the house interpretation, scroll ahead to that, and I'll see you there. So the moon was in Libra when you were born. Moon represents emotions, which means your emotions express themselves through the archetype of the Libra energy. The Libra energy is graceful, peaceful, idealistic, hospitable, diplomatic, and is represented by the scales. So balance is a huge theme with the Libra energy. Beauty is also a huge Libra theme. Libras love beauty. This is your emotions. So your emotions are embedded in this vibration of the Libra archetype. Now, this may resonate with you. It may not resonate with you. Open your awareness to seeing how these vibrations may or may not play out in your life. There's so much more going on to your astrological story than even where the moon was, what sign that was in. There's other influences that may or may not dull or brighten this aspect for you, okay? So be open to whether or not it resonates, and know that even if it doesn't resonate, then you know something more about yourself through that. Let's relate this to the 3 of Earth. So, emotionally, there's some sort of completion with some sort of group and some sort of collaborative project that you're working on, and you're being invited to celebrate that completion. Definitely recognize that the Libra archetype, emotionally and always, really prioritizes relationships almost to the point of being people-pleasing, where it's more important to keep things balanced between a group than it is to honor your own needs and your own intuitions, gifts, whatever. You might be one of the first people to be like, well, I'll just not offer this part of myself because I know it's going to cause tension in a group, right? So keep this in mind when you're celebrating the end of this group energy. As you're celebrating, review and celebrate the places that you compromised to make things work, the places you brought harmony to the group and the relationship, and also recognize maybe where there were times when it didn't serve you or the group to suppress what you were feeling or thinking. Definitely what you were feeling, because this is your moon sign. See how you can learn from this group that's ending and completing. There's some message here for you. There's some sort of learning and understanding and kernel of wisdom for you to gain from this group that's ending, and hopefully you get a ping for what the group is, who that group is, and learning a little bit more about this completion energy. Definitely celebrate it, okay? If you're sad that it's ending, just recognize that it was great that it happened, and know that everything's cyclical. If it's meant to come back around, it will come back around, but of course it will be different, and that'll be something to celebrate too. Okay, Moon in Libra? I think that's all I have for you for this interpretation. Obviously, always go within and see what's pinging for you. Definitely go check out where 17 degrees, 41 minutes of Pisces occurs in your chart, which house, because that's going to show you where you're going to be experiencing completion in your life. It may or may not be related to this card. The energy said it's going to be on an individual basis, so you're going to be the one to interpret whether or not it's related. Okay? Until then, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste. All right, 17 degrees Pisces occurs in your 7th house. Awesome. So the house is always the where of the zodiac. So this full moon is happening in your house of relationships. Now, relationships means one-on-one relationships when we're talking about the 7th house. So that's long-term partnerships, marriages, enemies, contracts, business dealings, business partners. So how awesome that we're talking about the cooperation, collaboration energy coming to completion here. So there's some sort of relationship, some sort of group, and I said one-on-one, so this is the 3 of Earth, so it may be a group of 3, it may be a one-on-one relationship, it may be that you're celebrating the completion of individual relationships within this group. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, ask questions. So yeah, this is what's coming to completion for you. So it's really the messages here for you, the lessons that you've learned from this group, from this collaboration on a relationship level are going to be the most important things for you to celebrate during this lunar phase. And you can celebrate it however you want to. You can go out with this people and have a conversation with them and be like, this is what I learned from this relationship. I'm celebrating this learning. I'm celebrating you. Thank you so much. You can celebrate with them, like literally cheers and bring this group collaborative effort to an end. Or you may just want to celebrate by writing them a letter that you're never going to send them. Or those are the two main ways that I'm thinking of, okay, that's coming through. You may have another way that you're like, oh, I'd rather do this. Maybe you want to go for a walk with these people. I don't know. But there's some sort of thing, and hopefully you know where this is occurring in your life. If it's not really evident to you, just be on the lookout for it. Be like, okay, guides, universe, higher self, whoever you go to for guidance, show me what collaborative teamwork thing is ending, and show me how to celebrate the one-on-one relationships that developed through that collaboration. Yeah? And be open to how that unfolds this month. Keep in mind, this may or may not be related to your moon reading. And guys, this was short and sweet for you. That's all I have. I'm excited for you. I'm just going to say goodbye. that's it. I'm complete. Namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste.